we had an opportunity to tell you a little bit about the background of the gentleman coaching University School, Andre Lacroix, his great professional career, and very kindly, after talking to his team, he said he'd come out and let us talk to him for a little bit. And I mean, really, this is Wayne Gretzky before anybody knew Wayne Gretzky. You played a very similar style of game to him, and obviously had a lot of success with it. How is it when you're coaching young players that maybe don't have the kind of instincts that players like you and Wayne Gretzky had to learn to play the game a little bit more like that?
It's very difficult because a lot of these kids got bad habits when they were playing squash and pee-wees and bantam, and when they get to the high school level, they really believe that what they did at the bantam level will work at the high school, and it doesn't work. And you keep trying to tell them, guys, believe me, you're going to get hurt, or this is a team game, this is not an individual. And the problem today, I think, with most high school kids, I think they're more interested in their personal stats than they are in the team stats.
Yeah, well, that could be a problem sometimes. And you were never worried about the goals you scored because you were always trying to set up your teammates and did it very well. But there were very few players that played the kind of game that you did. How did you develop the instincts for that playmaking style of game that so few players in the history of hockey have ever really played?
Well, either you got it or you don't. I believe that I was born. God gave me a talent when I was young. I never had a teacher. I went on the ice. I played outdoor hockey till I was 13 years old. And I was on the ice probably 5 days a week from December to February. And I just went and worked at it. And eventually, I think it came to me that I could do something with it. And when I was playing in a game, I realized I'd rather have an assist than a goal. And I think when your desire is to get an assist, then you concentrate on making plays, and that's what happened to me.
So that was a time when you'd go to school, you'd come back from school, you'd get on the pond, you'd skate all day.
Absolutely, yeah. I used to go home for lunch at school. After lunch, put my skate on, go and skate until school started for about half an hour, and after school at 4 o'clock, skate again until dinner time. Yeah. Every day.
What can kids do to try to develop those kind of skills? Obviously, things have changed a lot, but to try to get to the point where they can really get good if they want to.
I don't think they do because they're spoiled today. Nobody wants to play outdoor. They all want to play indoor.
It's too cold.
It's too cold. They all want to play indoor. They think the best equipment is going to make them better, which is not true. And nobody wants to make sacrifice. Nobody wants to pay the price. Too many kids play too many sports, so they're average in all the sports and not good in any one of them.
Yeah. Well, one thing that you were explaining about the instincts, and maybe talk about it briefly, but you're on the ice, people think about, okay, I got an option where I can pass the puck to, or maybe a couple. You knew where every player was on the ice, not only your team, but all the players on the other team. That's something that allows you to get 1 or 2 steps ahead of everybody.
Well, if you want to be a good hockey player, it doesn't matter if you're a forward or a defense or even a goalie, you need to look at plan B before you look at plan A. Because if plan A doesn't work, you need to know what the other options are. And my feeling when I played, I always had plan A, B, and C. Because if for any reason A and B are covered, I had to know where the other team was, and I had to know where my teammates were. I had to know the speed of my teammates, so I knew how fast or how slow I had to give the pass to. So those are little things that today they don't teach the kids. They just put them on the ice, they let them play, and nobody teaches the game anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's something. If you want to become a really great hockey player, listen to what this gentleman says, because he knows. Not enough people know about you because you played in the World Hockey Association, this hat as the league that you played in, but you were the all-time leading scorer in that league and played against guys like Bobby Hull and Gordie Howe, and even beat out Bobby Orr for a top junior player in Canada. I think certainly that people would know. They'd see you in the Hall of Fame otherwise, but it was a great league that you played in, wasn't it?
Well, it was a great league at the end. That's why they merged, because the National Hockey League knew that when the WHL went down to 8 teams, they knew they were as good as the NHL, and the NHL were losing a lot of players to the WHA. And I think that the NHL players should thank the WHA, because the reason they get the money they are today is because the WHA came on board. Otherwise, they wouldn't get paid the same amount of money, and a lot of players would still be in the minors.
Yeah. The last year of the WHA, Gordie Howe was playing at 50, and Gretzky was playing at 17. And you centered Gordie Howe's line, right?
Oh, yeah. I played with Gordie. Gordie was a good friend of mine, and I miss those days. I'm so glad I played when I did. I wouldn't want to play today. I know the money is much better today than when I played, but I still have friends in hockey than when I played. And today, the kids that play hockey in the NHL, they don't have friends because they don't care what team they play for. They only care about the money, and they're just going to move. Wherever's going to give them the most money, they're going to go there.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you what, and it's a lot of very rewarding, I'm sure, working with the young kids today, too, like you're doing at the U School, and you're doing a great job. Great to see you again here.
Thank you very much, Trey. Nice seeing you. Thank you.
Lacroix, the head coach for University School and one of the all-time greats of hockey.